Assalamu alaikum, my name is Mohammad Taimur and today I'll be teaching you how to make a peer-to-peer network on a Cisco packet tracer. Now what is a peer-to-peer network? A peer-to-peer network is a network with two devices which can communicate with each other without going through a server. Oh, here I have an example of three PCs. Now I've connected these two PCs with each other. Now this is also a peer-to-peer network. However, this PC, no, since this PC have been connected to each other, these PCs cannot be connected to another one because PCs can be connected to each other through Ethernet ports, and each PC has only one Ethernet port. Over here, as you can see, I have used up that Ethernet port to connect this PC to this one, so this PC cannot be connected to another device or another PC. So, in order to overcome this problem and to connect a single device to multiple devices, we will be using a switch. Now, we have different types of switch, and each switch can be connected to different number of devices. This switch is capable of being attached to 24 different devices. As you can see, there are 24 Ethernet ports. So over here, but you can, it's up to you how many devices you want to use to show the peer-to-peer network. Over here, I'll be showing you to connect to 12 devices and forming a peer-to-peer network. Now it's up to you which device you want to use. You can use the PC or the laptop. Both of them have Ethernet ports, and you can connect both of them to the switch. So I'll drag and drop 12 PCs and fast forward that area. Okay, so over here I have connected 12 PCs together, and I'll be showing you how to I've only placed 12 PCs or 12 devices over here, and there's a switch in between. Now this particular circle or order doesn't matter, you can place them in a straight line or a rectangle or however you wish to. Now I'll be connecting these using wires. Now I'll be using the straight line wires because a switch and the PC, both of them are different devices. So in order to connect different devices on a Cisco packet tracer, you have to use a straight line. Now you can see I'll be connecting through Ethernet ports. Over here you can see that it has 0 to 24 ports. Now it's up to you whichever port you want to use, but it's better to go line by line or port by port. I'll fast forward this part and I'll tell you what next to do. So now I have connected 12 computers to a switch, and all of these computers are connected to each other. However, for the connection to work, we will assign IP addresses to all of these computers. Now, in order to assign IP address, all you have to do is click on one of them. You have to come over here to desktop, and you'll have these multiple options that you can apply on the computer. Over here, you'll have to come to the IP configuration. You can enter any IP within class A, B, or C, or I'll go with 192.68.54.0. Now this is my no, I'll go with dot one. This is the IP address for one of my PCs. Now as soon as I press enter, the subnet mask will automatically appear. Now the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 because this octet, the first octet, this octet a is of is a class C address, and class C address has the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Just like we did for the first PC, we will repeat this process for the rest of the PCs, and I'll be back with you when I'm done with it. Yeah, and when you're doing this, you'll have to change up the addresses for each PC, of course, because each PC cannot have the same IP address. So we'll, as I used 1 for the first one, I'll use 2 for the second one, 3 for the third one, and so on. Okay, so now I have assigned an IP address to all 12 of these devices, but I don't know which IP address which IP address is assigned to this one, this one, this one. I can only know if I go in the computer itself and I go to IP configuration, and over here I'll see that this is its IP. So to make it easier for me to read and to know which IP address is assigned to which computer, I'll open this text box and I'll paste its IP address above it like this, and I'll move it slightly above. I'll do this for all of the PCs and I'll be back with you. Okay, so over here I have assigned the IPs. Now this was just the text, is of course not a necessary step, it's just for you to know which computer has which IP address. Now I have established a connection over here. As you can see, there are green triangles over here as well, which shows that the connection is good to go. Now in order to test this connection, I'll like open any of the PCs you want. It doesn't have to be the first one. You can open a random fifth one or whichever one you want. You'll go to desktop, open the command prompt, and over here you'll test to see if this PC is actually able to communicate with this PC or this PC or this PC or whichever PC that is connected to the network. Now to do this, you'll have to search. You have to type ping, and then the IP address of whichever one you want to search. For example, I want to search 68.54. I want to search for the first one, which is this one, 0.1. I'll go with 0.1. I'll press enter, and it'll show me whether it is working or not. And as you can see, this showed the ping. It is actually responded to us, which means that it is working. Now I can check it with different other ones. 68.54. I want to check it with the 10th one. Press enter, and this is also responding, so this means that it is working. Similarly, I can try it with whichever or as many ones I want. I'll go with the 6th one, and as you can see over here, that reply from, as it is sending me a reply, it means that there is a connection. Otherwise, of course, it wouldn't be able to send me a response. Now I'll test this with any other one. For example, if I test 9th one, I'll go with ping 192.68.54. I'll go with the 5th one. It sent me a reply, which means that it is working. I'll try it with another one, 68.54. I'll go with 3. Sorry, I didn't give a space, so I have to give a space. 68.54.3. And as you can see, that it is sending a response, which means that this PC is connected to this PC through the means of a switch. You can test all of these PCs with different PCs, and you'll see that the connection has been established. This means that this is working, and we have created a peer-to-peer network with 12 devices. That is all for today. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you at the next video. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.